Well, thanks for following the trial so far, and I hope you are enjoying it. Now we look at Fielding's defence. Clarendon tells us that Fielding justified himself to have done nothing towards the delivery of the place, but upon full consideration, advice and approbation of the Council of War, and that he was, in his own conscience and judgment, satisfied that the substance of the articles were advantageous for His Majesty's service. Fielding's response to the first accusation about whether they could have held out longer was that if they had done, when it appeared that the king was not strong enough to relieve them, they should not have been admitted to such conditions that they secured. To accusation number 2, Fielding accepted, though it be true by that last supply of ammunition, their store was as much as when the siege began, yet it was in all but 32 barrels, which would have lasted but a few hours. Of the woman who passed between Reading and Lord Essex's parliamentarian army, Fielding said that he did often employ her as a spy with very good effect. Of accusation number 4, Fielding said that he had no knowledge of His Majesty's approach till the forces were engaged, when a truce was already concluded, and therefore he conceived it against the law of arms to make any attempt from the town, and before they could even sufficiently deliberate it in council, His Majesty's forces retired. Regarding Article 5 and his handling of the Council of War, Fielding accepted that if he had been intemperate or passionate to any who were of another opinion, or had used any passionate expressions in the debate, it proceeded only from his zeal to the service, and his apprehension of the loss of so many good men upon whom he well knew the king much depended. Fielding reminded the council that by the unfortunate hurt of the governor, Sir Arthur Aston, the command was devolved upon him by his right of seniority, and not by any ambitious design of his own. He also went on to remind them that he had from time to time acquainted Sir Arthur with the state and condition they were in, and though his indisposition of health was such that he would not give positive orders, he seemed to approve of all that was done, and though for the former reason he refused to sign the articles, yet they were read to him, and he expressed no dislike of them. One of the most contentious articles against Fielding related to Clause 3 and those parliamentarian defectors who were handed back to Lord Essex at the surrender of the town. Fielding said he did persuade the Council of War to consent to the conditions because he believed them to be very profitable to His Majesty, and he averred only His Majesty's approbation of the general substance of the articles, and never applied it to the 3rd clause of the 3rd article, which he much desired to have altered, but could not obtain the consent of the enemy. With the main points now answered, Fielding summed up that he might have committed many indiscretions for which he desired pardon, but he had not failed in point of fidelity. If you've enjoyed our foray into the English Civil War, my novel Allegiance of Blood features the Siege of Reading. Reviews about the book can be found on my website at allegianceofblood.com. Thanks very much.